Since the beginning of time, man has searched for a sense of spiritual and physical security. To know that they're taken care of, that they're safe, and that their ultimate destiny is arranged. The Jews, since the time of King David, looked to Mount Zion, Jerusalem, to the temple, as their source of that security and spiritual strength. Today I want to read from Psalm 125 that speaks to some of that search. Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken, but endures forever. As the mountains surround Jerusalem, so the Lord surrounds his people both now and forevermore. Lord, do good to those who are good, to those who are upright in heart. You know, today is Palm Sunday. Jesus entered Jerusalem, the place of Mount Zion, where the temple resides, on that day. Jesus likely viewed the very spot that this text was written about on what we call his triumphant entry. Peter says something interesting to us as the events of the Easter story unfold during our Holy Week. After Jesus' death and burial and resurrection, Peter, a follower of Jesus, said this in 1 Peter, "See, I lay a stone in Zion, a precious and chosen cornerstone, that the one who trusts in him will never be put to shame." So, triumphal entry, Palm Sunday, Jesus began the journey that ultimately would bring about the destination that the Jews have been searching for their entire time since King David, and that we search for today, that place of ultimate security and safety. I'm standing in front of the West Point Dam. I picked this spot intentionally because the temple that was at Mount Zion was about 9 stories tall, a significant structure. The dam behind me is 10 stories tall, kind of a visual of the size of the structure that Jews sort of turn to for that sense of spiritual security. But what we learn from Peter and what we know in the story of Jesus through his death on the cross, his burial, and his resurrection is that ultimately our security isn't in a place, our security is in a person. So this week, as you enter Holy Week, I pray that you would read Psalm 125, that you'd also read 1 Peter 2, the text that I shared there. And I want you to challenge yourself to consider what Christ did for you on the cross that made it possible for you to ultimately have complete security and safety, knowing that you can say with the psalmist of old that when we trust in the Lord, we're secure. We're on a solid foundation. Our lives cannot be shaken. No matter what the enemy, no matter what life throws at us, our security comes in Jesus, our cornerstone. Have a great week.